I just put out a video just a few minutes ago, actually, on the lights that they were seeing with the SpaceX satellite launch. But as I was looking through the footage, I found something that was very interesting that I think a lot of people should be aware of. But again, here we have SpaceX satellite launch, going into outer space. What's really intriguing is I don't know if one of the GoPro cameras didn't show up in time and they had to use a straight like lens as far as just a regular lens on their other footage here. But what's really interesting is when they go up to space and all of a sudden they show Earth. In one frame, you're seeing complete flat horizon, and in the other frame, of course, you're seeing the big curve. Check it out.
Let's get to this UFO footage. And this was actually emailed to me multiple times, and it comes from the live feed of this SpaceX rocket launch. So they launched this rocket on the 30th, and the rocket and the booster
Okay,
had a
watch
camera
this. On
on
the
it.
one side, you
So you
see
could
flat.
watch it leaving Earth, going up into space, separating. And at one point in the footage, when they're in space, you can see the blackness of space here and the end of.
Okay, and here's the other view. And of course, you are seeing the curve. So it's almost like I said, GoPro, running low in the stock. And they're like, sorry, SpaceX, we can only send you one GoPro camera this time around. Hope it's okay. They're like, yeah, it's all good. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Slap her on the rocket, put the regular one on. Oops, we got a problem. What's going on here? As you can see, the two different angles, why is there a discrepancy with the Earth's shape? Isn't that interesting? That goes to show you that basically perception, the way that the lens we're looking through can perceive reality. This is kind of the whole point. And I've been thinking about it more and more. And I'm thinking, for astronauts, they basically go up, they look at the Earth, but they're looking at Earth always through glass, whether it's in their helmet outside or if it's in the ISS, it's through glass, but it's always looking through glass. They can never actually see the Earth with their naked eye without going through glass. And I'm just wondering if all of that, how easy would it be? Because again, where they're at and where they get to in space, you're not seeing the entire ball. I mean, that's way too far, and man hasn't gone there, at all. I mean, we've got the moon nonsense. But other than that, every year, continually, they're doing all these space things and ISS and we're going to Mars. But hey, this is what astronauts are seeing. This is exactly how far they're going. So they're seeing this big Earth behind them, and either it's curved or straight. But what I find interesting is when you're looking at different footage, for example, the Red Bull jump, you clearly see when the door opens up, the first shot, it is flat. They have used rulers, every single type of tool. There is no visible curvature. There's no measurable curvature at all. But yet, when the exterior shot is shown just a few seconds afterwards and he's outside, the camera that's used above there shows an absolute distortion of the Earth. You can see it curved and all sorts of things. So again, I just thought this was interesting. I wanted to do just a quick video because look at this, guys. Look at this. This is the same footage. This is the same rocket launch. These are two different angles from two different cameras, and one you can clearly see the curvature, and one, I'm sorry, but that looks pretty flat. If someone wants to actually take this and grab a ruler and see what's going on there, because how in the world can one be curved and the other one flat? I'd like to have any explanations or anybody that, is coming in to try to debunk all this flat earth nonsense. And how in the world can you not believe the earth is a globe? Of course it's a globe. You guys are all so silly. Well, explain this footage because I think there's a serious problem. Not only when you find a camera angle, maybe for the Red Bull jump, whatever, you've got simultaneously two views from two different cameras on the same launch at the same altitude, and yet one shows a curve, one shows a flat Earth. I'm telling you guys, it's right in front of our eyes. We need to look at this. We need to look at the information. Just relax. Don't be so scared. It's not the end of the world. Or could it be? Is there an end of the world? That's the whole point of it. The whole point of it is all of the stuff that you keep hearing and all the ridicule. Could there be something more that's going on? There's a lot of people that are coming and looking at this information. And I'm telling you, looking at the SpaceX satellite launch, and this was just recently. We got a big problem. So I don't know if SpaceX, you really messed up. I don't know if maybe GoPro, you should maybe come down on them because they didn't send you that extra fisheye lens that you needed. but one's a fisheye and one's a regular lens. And if any photographers are out there, maybe they'll know exactly, the name for these different type of lenses. Obviously, I understand the fisheye lens, but again, when we find just a regular lens, this is what we're seeing. So we're seeing two different pictures of the Earth at the same altitude on the same launch, and yet look at that with your own eyes. This is the original footage right from SpaceX and you can see it clearly. So if someone wants to dispute this, go right ahead. You got some serious problems to address because the reality is when all these civilians go to space, hopefully they bring regular cameras and they can see it for themselves. The fact is they're going to delay it, they're going to postpone it, there's going to be issues. They're just going to kick the can down the road a lot longer. Meanwhile, people will be like, they're going, they are, they said they are. Really, they're going, eh? Really? Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll believe it. And again, some of the new footage, some of the new videos I'll be doing, it's getting crazier. Now they're planning to go to the dark side of the moon as a launching pad to go off to Mars. How convenient that it's at a place we'll never be able to verify with any of our technology. But of course, they'll show us their cameras. Of course, they'll show us the imagery on the other side of the moon. Everyone remember the other side of the moon? If you want to see their imagery of the other side of the moon, take a look at this.
We recently got back some incredible images from Discover satellite. It's 1,000,000 miles away from Earth. In fact, it's giving us perspective that we rarely get to see. You can see Earth in its entirety, and you can also see the moon passing by Earth. And this is so interesting because it's the dark side of the moon. It's the side of the moon that from here on Earth, we never get to see. Some people have seen the dark side of the moon. The astronauts even landed on the dark side of the moon, and we have seen snapshots from space from this side. But the perspective that we're seeing and the resolution is incredible that NASA has released. So why is it that we never get to see that dark side of the moon? That Discover satellite 1,000,000 miles away has actually been able to give us? Well, the moon rotates 360 degrees every time it orbits Earth. And there's this synchronous rotation pattern as it rotates every 27 days that we only see the same side of the moon as it goes around. So the same side always faces Earth.
Again, seriously, if you guys think this is real, I'm sorry, man. It's like NASA, these space agencies don't even have to try anymore. They can put out footage like that you believe is the other side of the moon, you're going to be okay with it when they show you this image, this capture with the little base they put on there to send people to Mars from that side of the moon. Oh, yeah, they have to get a satellite 1,000,000 miles away to take that picture. 1 million. Isn't that convenient? What a nice round number. Wow. So beautiful that you just got 1,000,000 miles away to take that beautiful picture and you gave us that. Yeah, that really is believable. But hey, there it is. Look at the footage, man, share this, get this out, and if there's something that I'm not seeing, let me know. But I'll tell you, same launch, same day, same rocket, two different cameras, one fisheye, one not. There you go. If you want the proof on how people see the Earth through fisheye lenses, there it is. But if you actually look at the reality, if you take all of that distortion out and you just look at the reality, that looks pretty flat to me, and that looks pretty high. But hey, I'll let you guys be the judge. I'm just commentary on this. That's all I'm doing. And I'm just getting the information out there. But the more and more you look into this, the more you see these discrepancies, and you have to ask, what is going on? Hey guys, keep exposing the world's lies. Celebrate truth. Blessings. Take care.